Well, hello, Leos. This is Karen. I am Karen with Veronica's Coaching and Tarot, and this reading is for Leo. It is for April. We're going to take a look at the energies, the current situation, and whatever the reading's about. And this is a general reading, so it's non-specific to any topic. And we're going to look at past influences, present and future influences, what you don't see, um, or what is hidden from you, challenge, what to watch for, advice, and the overall or the outcome. Keep in mind, I do my readings in a short time frame, so that outcome that I will pull is, the first stop along the way, so to speak. I'd like to think of any situation, the the outcome that we read when we do in readings are more current. So keep in mind, I do personal readings. Link is below. Also, I do love readings. I do physical love readings, which I call erotic fantasy, and then personal growth readings for by zodiac sign throughout the month. So let's do this. What do we got, Leo? A couple more shuffles here. Okay. So I have these cards that I pull so when I'm doing the readings by zodiac sign and I focus on them. And this card I was focusing on, and it's just a beautiful card. Anyway, it's kind of like my focus point when I'm so that I'm focusing on the Leo sign. It's just really a beautiful card. Anyway, what does Leo need to know? Current situation, please. Seven of Cups. Past influence. Present influence. Past influence is Three of Pentacles. Present is Tower. Ah, that's what the choices are about, right? So future influence is Six of Wands. That's nice. What you don't see. Seven of Swords. Challenge today or this month. King of Pentacles. And what to watch for. Three of Swords. And advice. King of Wands. That's you, pretty much. Well, yeah, it's the fire. And outcome. Four of Cups. Okay, well, there is a little bit of stress going on here. It makes sense because our situation is Seven of Cups, which is choices. And sometimes, so this is anxiety, but also keep in mind that when I look at this cards, it's about taking a look at yourself. So this is something definitely within yourself, probably. Although it feels related to someone else or a group of people because of the Three of Pentacles in the past and the Six of Wands in the future. So what you are looking at here is choices. Right now you're focused on what you believe are the good choices, the ones in the light. You're not looking at what's in the dark. And sometimes those choices are what you don't really see, but that's okay. I mean, the idea, if I use this as a advice, I'm reminded to say, look at both sides. What do you see in the light and what do you see in the dark? But this really is just where you're at right now. You have multiple choices, or you're very daydreamy about some kind of situation where you're not necessarily making that decision, but it's more like the Seven of Cups can be kind of daydreamy, like you're dreaming about this or you're dreaming about that, or what do I want to do? It's not always this pinpointed choice. It's kind of, it can be very, I don't want to say wishy-washy because I don't want to make light of the situation, but that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like these choices that are just passing by in your head. Are they real? Are they not real? That kind of thing. Uh, what what was in the past was Three of Pentacles, and I feel like In this deck, to me, this is more about yourself working on something and creating something and using the skill that you have to create something. Three of Pentacles a lot of times is about a group of people, but in this deck it's showing one person working on what he sees. But I also believe that this is something that has brought light to yourself and enlightened you about you. When I also look at this card, I am drawn to him creating a statue in his own likeness. And that tells me that he is trying to perfect himself, but also molding himself, so to speak. Like you're almost wanting to create a new you. And that's kind of where you were in the past, like the influence, and which led you kind of into this daydreamy, what do I do? How do I do this? That kind of thing. Well, another thing that's influencing the now is the Tower. And this is something sudden that we weren't expecting, but something's happened in our life that kind of made us either like take a step back or kind of made us change our direction or completely tumbled and fall. It could be a lot of different levels of change. The Tower can be very devastating, or it can be just a shift in what you think, but it's something that catches you off guard. You're not expecting this. And that's the key to the Tower, is that we're not expecting it. However, I do believe that to some degree, we do know when something like this is going to happen. There is some kind of intuitive feeling. There is some sign that we had this inkling that this could happen. And I think that's what's put you into this daydreamy spot, is that you feel this Tower coming on, and it's happened. So there has been some kind of shift in your life. So I'm going to go into what I'm going to, before I do the future influence, I want to go about what we don't see. And the Seven of Swords is what we don't see. And I feel like that goes back to the molding yourself. What do you want? And this is something that you are facing right now. You are facing the fact, do I cross this bridge to take back what I rightfully own, which is me? What do I do with me? Because I kind of feel like it's all about that. Or, do I do I take this chance or not? And it's happening in the background. You don't really realize that there's a bigger fear than you realize. This Tower has shaken you up, but for some reason you haven't voiced, verbalized, or even recognized your own fear in it. So it is a little bit scary. So, and the reason why I wanted to do that, because I feel like the more I read, this is not necessarily public recognition. This is the Six of Wands, and it is about recognition, but I feel like it's you coming into recognition of the fear that you have, and will you be able to succeed? And whatever this change is, you're not realizing the fear right now, but you will. And overall I do not believe it is bad, super negative. There is some hard cards, but I think they're more advice driven. But this is, you're recognizing, oh, this is changing. I gotta do something. And what do I do? The challenge is the King of Pentacles. I don't think this is a person. I do believe this is an idea. The idea of the King of Pentacles, which is just having security and, being in a safe place, having security, having money, having something. I do feel like this could definitely be job related or home related. There's going to be a shakeup and it's going to change, and you didn't realize how scary it is until later, which you will later. That's a future influence. And then the challenge is, how do I stay secure? I'm feeling unsecure right now. So how do I stay that way? And that's what you're challenged with, that you're feeling like you might be losing this security or this stability, that's in your life now, because this tower has changed that. It's changed it enough. This doesn't have to be this huge tower moment, but it's something that's changing and you didn't really expect it. Although there was an inkling, because you've been working on yourself, like you've been kind of daydreaming and knowing that things are going to change and I have to make a choice or a decision. And now I've just got to face that, and this is a challenge. So what to look for or watch for is the Three of Swords. So this could be, just the warning, watch for a separation, watch for sadness, but I also believe it's keep a check on yourself, not to allow yourself to go into this depressed, sad mode. Like, watch for this, because I feel like overall you'll figure it out. Now, the outcome is not like going to be this huge, great outcome, but it's not bad either. But it will explain this a little bit. And I think this is somewhat advice. If you watch for getting too much in your head and being too upset about something, then you might be able to overcome this. Advice is the King of Wands. Now, this could be actually reaching out to somebody that has positive, is motivated, has that kind of energy. It definitely could be. But I think, too, it's taking that back. Stay motivated. Keep your true self up, because, if we lose the motivation, then we can't get whatever this is back. Like if there's a change that we're recognizing that we're afraid of and we feel like we're losing stability, that's a scary thing. But how do we deal with that? And I feel like this advice is very simple. Stay true to yourself, because it's a King of Wands and you are a fire sign, and this is wands are fire. So it's being true to yourself, but also could be look for someone that can give you that spark, or at least give you comfort, but not in a cup lovey kind of way, but more in a motivated, energetic kind of way. So I believe that that's what that is. Now, your outcome is not super, great, because it's the Four of Cups. But what that tells me, now keep in mind, this is current energies. Like I don't read like months out. This is current. So what this will bring you in the near future, as far as the outcome, will be kind of like you are going to be given something, but you're not sure if it's what you want. So you're going to be left a little bit in this mode of, yeah, I got something, but I'm not sure what it want. What this tells me as far as an outcome is that there's going to be another step. You have this situation right now, and your first step is here. You're given something back, an offer, but you're really not sure if that's what you want. You want more. You want something different, and you want more. And I feel like that's going to be your first stop. I do overwhelmingly feel like this is just the beginning of something more, because if you really do want something and you take this energy on, then you will get what you want. And watch for being too much in your head, or too sad, or feeling too lost. Look at what you have, like they're not looking at each other. They're looking away from each other. That means they're not communicating. So there's a lack of communication here. Watch for that. Be sure to stay being in communication with whoever, whatever this needs to be in communication with, that you're speaking your mind, that you're not losing touch with something that could cause you to lose something. And then you have, okay, well, I have this, but it's not really what I want. But I think that leads to what you will want eventually. And keep in mind, free will, right? So you do what you do, and then what happens is what happens. So again, I feel like the situation is not easy. It starts out like that, though. I feel like it starts out like you don't realize, and then when you realize that it's a little bit on the scary side, that's when you need to watch out for this Three of Swords feeling, and know that there will be something coming in. It's not going to be quite what you want, but I have a feeling it like holds you over until the next step and the next step in your journey. So I hope this resonated with you, and if so, please just let me know. Comments, hit the like button, and subscribe or whatever. I say all of the words, but you know what? I always say to people, "Do you?" You know, and that's what's important. I more want the comments. I want to know how people, if the engagement part of it is how it's, how you're feeling about it. It helps me too to connect to the people that are actually watching that, and it's a good thing. So take care. Have a beautiful day.